Okay. I'm just going to look for Sherry one more time. Darn it. Okay. Hopefully she gets on. Hi, everyone. Oh, yeah. Hi. Okay. So we're a small group. There's 8 of us. Oh, there's Sherry. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, now I feel peaceful. Okay. Hi, Sherry. Good, good. I'm glad you got back on. Okay, so we should all be here. Yes, there is a total of 9 of us, not including the people who are getting the recording. So I don't want to get into too much detail, but basically, through Ancestry.com, I found out about some relatives who were from Przemysl, Poland. And then when the war started, I kept seeing under the screen footage of people pouring out into Przemysl. It's the main place. It's very close to the border. It's where my maternal great grandfather came from. So it's a place where most Ukrainians are coming into Poland. Okay, it's very near the border. So what I did is I miraculously got a hold of a cousin, a distant cousin who lives there, who still lives there, and just said, how's it going? What's going on? And she said, I'm working with this group, like kind of this ad hoc group of volunteers right on the border. It's a little village called Medica, Poland. So it's the first place the Ukrainians come in, and they're coming in like crazy. So I contacted them about making a donation. They're really like, they're just taking donations. All different countries are coming in to help them, but they didn't have a bank account or any way to get money. So they opened one. They actually, oh, the woman's on vacation, but we should get one. Well, anyway, it's open. So that's why I've been like, doing this little donation drive. And this is part of it. So the money that you sent me goes to that. So I have $1,400. I'm really pleased with that. My kind of internal goal was 1,000. So I'm really happy, really happy. And also, just thank you to everyone. I mean, just talking to these volunteers, not talking, I talked to one. Most of them don't know English, so we just translate, which is great with Google now. They're just so they're just so positive. I mean, their inspiration inspired me. So we're talking peace, and Yin Yoga is all about cultivating peace. So here we go. So why don't you get in Shavasana? I'll just say a few words about peace. I read a lot about peace, peacemaking, different kind of ways, like throughout, history. Um, but it just got to be so much. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to focus on a nice Yin Yoga class for cultivating inner peace, because that's where it all starts. So come on into Shavasana. I'm going to stay up here just to read a few words. By the way, make sure you have um, okay, this is going opposite. My finger moves opposite on the screen. Okay, there's a blanket that I can roll up jelly roll style. 2 throw pillows, just because they're small and flatter than my 2 bed pillows. So if all of you can grab those things, that would be really helpful, because if you haven't done yin before, it's all about propping, because it's all about putting your body in a really comfortable, peaceful place. So if you don't have that stuff, get it. If you do have that stuff, just sprawl out into Shavasana. Oh, one more thing. Darn it, I forgot. I put the wrong time for this. I'm so used to starting on the anyway, whatever. I had it written from 9:30 to 10:15, which is 45 minutes. It's supposed to be till 10:45. So, this is very important. If any of you cannot make the entire practice, which I really need that much time, we need that much time in Yin, I will send you the recording. So email me after, and you can still get the recording after, but especially if you need to leave early, and I apologize about that. Ever since I came back from being away for the winter, it's like I'm a little bit, I feel really grounded internally, but all of those details can sometimes, I don't know why that happens, but I'm getting better. It's not my age. Okay. So sprawl out, feel your body, open up. Okay. Peace. Literally, the word peace is derived from the original Latin word pax, P-A-X, which means a pact, a control or an agreement to end war or any dispute or conflict between two people, two nations, or two antagonistic groups of people. So if we think of peace as something outside of ourselves, it's typically used to mean the absence of war. Okay? And then if we move that notion of peace to inner peace, and we talk a lot about inner peace in yoga, we can think about what the former Prime Minister of India, Nehru, said about peace. Peace is not merely the absence of war. It is also a state of mind. Lasting peace can come only to peaceful people. All right. And I'd also propose like taking that original peace definition about conflict, right, between two countries, two groups, and bringing it to the definition of inner peace and the lack of conflict within. Now, of course, we cannot always experience inner peace. In fact, usually we don't. But we can practice kind of conflict management through yoga and through any meditative practice. And I also believe that being in the moment, as we do sometimes experience during certain situations, during meditation, during Shavasana, during Yin Yoga, that experience is one of being with your truth, with reality, right? It's not a fantasy about how you want it to be and trying to make it what you want it to be, out there in reality, or how you think it should be. It's about what is. So let's just come inside with what is. Just stay with what is. How does your body feel in Shavasana? Experience your breath. All right, so really just this coming together, this being in the moment, being with reality, being with your truth, what is now. And that brings you to a place of peace. Okay, so slowly coming up from Shavasana, taking a pillow or two under your hips. Going to come into easy pose, lifting your hips. Okay, going to get my timer here. All right, legs wide open. Just simply coming to easy pose. Closing your eyes, dropping your shoulders, sliding your chin straight back towards your throat, and feeling the weight of your sitting bones into your pillow. The lifting of your spine upward, the dropping of your shoulders downward. Simply breathe here for a few minutes. And as you begin your practice here, try to stay inside. So it's all simple, simple things, right? Your breathing, how your body feels. If you start drifting into the space of mind body and start, kind of analyzing or feeling or thinking, try to get the mind back into the body. Use the mind to focus on the body. Peace is a state of mind. All right, so sometimes we want to kind of grasp for things that are more exciting. We want to kind of run away from boredom. But if you really stay with your breath and the feeling in your body, you're practicing staying with what is real, what is now, and just accepting it. Nothing to do. Just sit and breathe and feel, experience the moment. Feel your forehead soften and your jaw relax. And then you start feeling moments of inner peace here, the lack of conflict, the acceptance, simply being. All right, and now taking the pillow from under you, okay, taking your hips back just a little bit. We're going to come into a butterfly pose. So have your feet either in bound angle, sole to sole, or opened up a little bit, or even cross-legged if that feels better. And just take some pillows and get them get them out like long ways, because we're making a little prop to just fold our body over. All right, now so I just decided to pull my feet out because that feels a little better. So remember, yin is all about, it's a meditative form of yoga, right? Because you hold the poses longer and you really get to experience the evolution of the pose if you really get inside and watch. So just drape over your pillow, drop your forehead into it, and if that doesn't feel good to you, you can turn your head to the side. So in this pose, you're going to feel your lower back, you're going to feel your spine open, and if you really want to use this pose to open your back body, take the breath into your back. Feel your wing bones pull apart as you inhale and soften as you exhale. Okay, so stay where you are. I'm just lifting my head so you can hear me better. So, part of the process of outer peace and inner peace is going to those places or those situations that are, most edgy, right? Where there's the most conflict, if you will. So within your body, notice the places in your body as you hold this pose that really feel like they're kind of tight or holding on. And rather than, you know, judge that, just let that be, accept it, and notice how it slowly, those areas do slowly release some of that resistance, one breath at a time. Okay, so you're kind of coming to peace with that sensation. And you also notice during the experience of yin yoga that when certain parts of the body release, you may get a slight movement in the body, a slight readjustment. Okay, that's my timer. Slowly come up. Okay, and now from here, I'm going to go sideways. You stay where you are. Take these pillows, okay, and rather than have them lengthwise, we're going to put them this way, side to side, at our back, okay? And then I'm going to go sideways to get a better view for you, but don't move, don't move. It's called a modified fish pose. So what you're going to do is these pillows are going to lift your chest, okay, and open them. If you want to, take a little throw pillow, just one, and put it at the top of these for your head, because your head is going to drop over. So just kind of arrange it so that it works for you. Your head is going to fall over here. Now keep your arms nice and wide in a T position, arms lower than your shoulders. Legs can be whatever, okay? So they can even be up here for some of you who might have a little tender lower back, or you can bring them in bound angle pose. And stay here, nice heart opener here. So just exploring your inner landscape here, your breath, your sensations. And again, if your mind wanders from your body, bring it back to your breath. That's the easiest anchor to staying inside and in the moment. Slowly bring your knees up toward the ceiling. Roll to one side, come off your pillows. And come into a seated V position. Okay, walk your sitting bones back as you bring your heart forward. Some nice opening in the groin and the lower back and the hips. Okay, so we're going to do dragonfly to the right and to the left. So for your pillows, you're going to want them in that same way, like, so that your torso can just drop over them. So put them over one of your legs, doesn't matter where you start. Okay, first you start with the hips facing forward, and then you slowly turn your belly to the left, keeping the legs right where they are. You're going to feel that right inner thigh open. And then get those pillows in really close toward your torso. And again, just fall over the pillows. So different sensation here. We're opening up the back of the left leg, right inner thigh. Again, you can have your head down, excuse me, into the pillow or turned to the side. Okay, we'll be here for 3 minutes. Now, really important to keep your arms wherever they feel comfortable regarding the shoulders. So no tightness. So, elbows definitely should be bent. So if you find that focusing your mind on your bodily sensations is causing you to drift away into your thoughts too much, move out of your body, bring it to the breath again. You can always go back and forth, bodily sensations and breath. Whatever works best for you to stay right in the moment. And slowly lifting your torso. Okay, turning your torso forward, bringing the pillows to the other side, getting them nice and bunched up toward you. And then, well, before we do anything, so you've got this nice V pose beneath you, right? And then your torso's right in the center of it. Turning your belly to the right, and then dropping over the pillows once again. You know, another thing you can do, another little tip, if you will, there are parts of your body in all of us where it kind of like there are favorite places to store tension, right? So they live there and they really kind of don't want to let go because they're used to being there. It's, you know, muscle memory basically. And what you can do is you can invite that part of your body to release. You know, if you feel where it is and you know you can feel it, you know, just to tell your body that it's okay to let go. It's okay to leave that place. And very slowly coming up from here. Okay, now bringing those pillows back at the center, right in the middle. We're just going to come down for a little bit right at center just to get everything nice and lined up. So just come down, seated in a V, torso right at the center. Sorry about that. Now this is really a lovely shape to put your body in, right? Because you've got your groin open, so your hips are open, but then also you have your spine just kind of laid out in front of you. So you can take the breath up and down your spine, possibly feeling a release in the lower back with this position. And slowly make your way up. That was a little add-on, so I can't stay there too long or we won't get to the rest of it. All right. Child's pose. So, again, you want those pillows in a way. By the way, if you need more than these two pillows and you want to add throw pillows over the top, you know, yes, you know, everyone's body is different. All right, so in this one, I'm going to take a table pose. Okay? And then you're going to pick up these pillows and get them to the top of your thighs. And then you're going to bunch them up. And then you're going to just roll down and drop your hips and let your body fall over the tops of the pillows as you keep crunching them into you, because you just want this nice support for the torso. And then you come into child's pose. So remember, in child's pose, you put your arms in a way where your shoulders can relax. All right, so that might be to the side with the palms up. That might be out here. Never straight like this, because that puts tension in the shoulders. Elbows bent, and here we go. So again, head to one side or straight. Now this is a great supported child's pose. This is a great one for really connecting to your breath, because your body is just moving right at the top as your belly below is moving. And slowly lifting up from here, but not too much, okay? Just come into a table pose. Walk your knees back a little bit. Take one knee out to the side. This is called frog pose. One knee out to the side, the other leg is behind you. And then, you know what? I'm going to change this. We're going to do cobbler pose. Get both knees out. Both knees out. Toes together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is going to work better. Now this, you can really bunch this. Really get these pillows in close. And then just drop right over. So cobbler's pose. Again, the beauty of being in this pose, you've got your belly underneath you, moving your body with your breath. So if you want to take your mind to that movement with your breath and with your body at the same time, I should say sensations of your body. And in this one, you can really, really let your wing bones just get really soft and fall apart. Okay. Also, an invitation to internally feel your tailbone drop toward the earth just a little closer to open your lower back. And slowly lifting up out of this. All right. Pillows to the sides. We are coming into supine position. So just let yourself open up onto your back again, just like you did at the beginning of practice in Shavasana. Just open it up, nice and big here. All right. So here, take your blanket. Actually, you could use pillows too if you don't have a blanket. But take your blanket and put your blanket just a little bit under the knees and into your thighs. And just come into Shavasana here with that support under your thighs. Okay, sorry about that. I'm not always following this. Okay, yeah. Just kind of open up here, feel that nice support, soften your lower back. And then slowly bring your knees to your chest. Okay, hold them there. Okay, so yin is all about being passive. So I don't want you to press into your shins as we usually do. Just intertwine your fingers and let your hands fall in a place where your arm bones can just be nice and relaxed. So really the only thing you're going to probably be feeling here, hopefully, are the fingers kind of, clasping one another gently. Chin to the chest. So now the belly is above you rather than below you. So different sensation. When the belly drops, you can drop that ease into your back body. So when you're in this position, soften your shoulders and just feel how the movement of your belly just ever so slightly gives a little rocking motion, a little massage to your lower back. Nice peaceful pose right here. Okay. So of course, when you get to that place of zero conflict, the mind tends to want to look for a little conflict or edge. It's just kind of our nature. So just pull it back to the peaceful place, to the breath, to the body. Just draw your mind back to that place. All right. Okay, now, hopefully they're close enough where you don't have to get up, but you may need to get up. Grab a few pillows. I don't care if they're bed pillows or throw pillows. And put them to one side of you. Okay? Because this is where your legs are going to drop into or twist. So arms are in a T position and really relaxed. Have some bend in the elbows. Chin is to the chest. Make sure your spine is nice and straight. Make sure those pillows are close to your hand where you can move them if need be. And then slowly bring your legs to one side. So you may need one pillow, you may need two. But just bring your legs to the side. So this isn't going to be as intense as no pillow. It's going to be gentler, a gentler spinal twist. So let's to one side, stay here. Just breathe and enjoy. Now notice if you're holding your legs up internally, if you're kind of internally clasping the legs, and if you are, release them. Really let them fall, fall, fall toward the ground. So in Yin Yoga, you have the opportunity to deepen your relationship with a pose. By that I mean you really get to experience how poses affect your body and your mind. And just right now, notice how twisting your spine, a spinal rotation, is relaxing, just like a child's pose is, but also brings a sense of energy into the body. There's also an energetic feel. Okay, that doesn't mean edgy, but just a kind of a feeling of being energized. And then very slowly bringing your legs back to center. And you know what we do when we walk our hips away from our shoulders, straightening the spine, lengthening it. And then you know how many pillows you needed on that side. Well, now get those same pillows to the other side. Now, I should bring this up. Like, no one is symmetrical, so maybe it's going to be one pillow on one side and two on the other, but start with the same amount of pillows, bend your knees, and then drop your legs into those pillows on the other side. So we're just twisting the spine in the other direction. Again, notice if you're kind of clenching in the inner thighs, if you're kind of resisting the dropping of your legs, and just, that's okay. That's normal, right? The body is reacting to this. Just, let your body know it's okay. It's okay to release here. Mind wanders, just bring it back to your breath. Check out the shoulders. Are you holding any tension there? If you are, let that go. And bringing your legs slowly back to center, hugging your knees into your chest, and crossing at the ankles, coming back up. All right, and we're going to set up for pigeon. Okay, if you don't like doing pigeon with your body facing downward, you can always get on your back and do a figure four with your legs. Okay, so yeah, so we can start. Okay, I'm going to use my fluffier bed pillows for this versus my throw. Okay, so starting from pigeon, you can bring your right knee up, pull it to the side somewhere behind your right wrist, and then the left foot out to the side, and then send your okay, I need to at least turn the volume down on that alarm. Okay, so now something that a lot of people get hung up with, and they ask me, they're like, my shin isn't parallel to the front of my mat. Well, wow, few people can do that. Just get that leg tucked out to the side, and then get your hips level with the floor. So you don't want there's a tendency for your right hip to be way down and your left hip to be way up. You know, take that right hip up. It'll be off the floor probably, and then get these nice pillows in front of you, lengthwise or widthwise. Tuck them on, like get them on, onto the top of that right inner thigh, and then just fall over the pillows and drop down. You may need more than two pillows. If you need more, add some other pillows, add more. And we're going to hold this. All right, so pigeon pose is a powerful pose, and the release in the hip is typically quite a powerful sensation. And when things get that powerful within the body, many of us have a mental habit of moving away from that powerful place and kind of distracting ourselves with something else. Try to stay there. Try to stay with that powerful sensation that you're feeling. All right, and then slowly bring yourself up from here. Move that right leg in. Okay. Straighten the spine before you take, well, actually, you're going to have to move the pillows here. Before you take your left knee forward, From your left foot to the right side, and then you slide that right leg back, and then pay attention to your hips. You know what? I'm just gonna. I think I'm picking up someone's mic, which means I need to mute everyone. Yes. Okay. All right. So here we go. All right. Yeah. All right. Here we go. All right. So some of you are probably there already. So left hip. Get your pillows. I put mine sideways because I really like to get it over my thigh. And then drop down and just stay there with that left hip and whatever you're feeling. You know, it could be the leg, the thigh. Wherever you're feeling it is where you need it. And then be there with it. Experience it fully. And if it's too difficult to be observing that sensation, go with the breath. Feel the breath, the movement of the breath. And slowly coming up from here. All right, let's just push back into a child's pose, just releasing the hips. You can even roll your hips from side to side. Just keep those pillows in front of you because we're going to end in a Sphinx pose before we flip over into Shavasana. All right, and then, for Sphinx pose, again, you want your pillow sideways. If you did have them sideways before, you want your hips to drop right in front of those pillows, your feet to be toed in, and then get those pillows really close to your belly. All right, and then try to get the arms so that the elbows, they're not going to be right underneath your shoulders with the pillow like this, maybe a little bit in front of the shoulders, but just relax your shoulders, look out at your hands and your arms, they should be in an 11 position. And then you can just drop your head down and breathe here.
Remember to release anything from the shoulders. If that means you have to move the elbows somewhere else, go for it. And as you relax into the pose, you may readjust the elbows accordingly because your body may slightly change position as it relaxes. Notice if you're gripping in the inner thighs or across the buttocks, release there. And slowly lift up. Okay. You can move your pillows to the sides. You're probably going to need them for Shavasana because you can support your Shavasana pose as well. But just come back into another child's pose just to release everything, lengthen the spine, get everything nice and straight again. And come up and flip over into Shavasana. Okay, I will not be in Shavasana. I'm going to come closer to the computer so I'm closer to the mic. But in your Shavasana pose, how can you support it? Well, again, you can bring that blanket under your thighs and a little bit under your knees if that feels good. Okay, also you can bring pillows to the sides and rest your arms on them with the palms up. But try to make the elbows touch the ground so that the shoulders can really relax. You don't want them, too high. Also, you can use one of those pillows and put it at the back of your head if it's a nice flat pillow. So just get all nice and comfy. Come into a really nice, easy Shavasana pose. All right. Lasting peace can come only to peaceful people. So let's start within ourselves. Just soften your body with every breath you take. So be with your breath right here, right now. Just simply be with your breath and observe your breath. Completely accept your breath.
So when you're with your breath, you are right here, right now. It is impossible to be anywhere else. Within a moment, when you are with your breath, you are here and now, and that is reality. That is true, and it's simple, and it brings peace. So watch your breath now. Accept your breath, whatever it is. Don't try to change it, just be with it. Simply be with your breath. Notice how when you are with your breath and you don't try to change it and you accept your breath as it is, naturally you become more peaceful. Your mind frees, your body frees. There's a freedom in being within the moment. Not creating a story, not wanting to change, simply as you are now, acceptance. And that inner peace will grow as you stay with the moment within your breath. Just let it grow, let it be. Notice your focus, notice your clarity. Notice your inner peace. And now be at your heart center. Feel the warmth at your heart center. Internally, watch your chest rise and fall with your breath at your heart center. And as you are resting at your heart center, just notice some of the feelings that arise within you. Accept all of them. Don't try to change them, just be with them. We're human beings, we're complicated, we have an array of emotions that we experience. Accept all of them. Accept your anger. Accept your pain. Accept your fears. Know them to be real and true and part of you. Accept your joy. Accept your happiness. Breathe through all of these emotions. Soften your heart center. Feel your inner peace, even here amongst these feelings. Accept yourself. Accept your imperfections. Accept your beauty. Accept your lovingness and your kindness. All of these are true and all of these are real. Accepting all of this brings you to peace. Not trying to change reality to a fantasy that you have or how you think things should be, but how things are. Feel the peace through tears. Feel the peace through the smile. Feel your inner peace. Right here, right now. Now I'm going to read something from Lao Tzu, a famous saying. If there is to be peace in the world, there must be peace in the nations. If there is to be peace in the nations, there must be peace in the cities. If there is to be peace in the cities, there must be peace between neighbors. If there is to be peace between neighbors, there must be peace in the home. If there is to be peace in the home, there must be peace in the heart. And slowly begin your transition from your Shavasana practice. And roll to one side. And slowly bring yourself to seated pose. And bring your arms to the sides, palms up, lift. Nice big inhale, full deep exhale. Bring your mudra to your heart. Namaste. All right, thank you everyone. And if anyone wants a copy of the recording, if you have Gmail, I can share it from my G Drive, my Google Drive. Because it looks like a couple people did not stay till the end. So hopefully those people get in touch with me. And if anyone else who's here, who's still here, okay. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you, Joelle. Oh, yes. Peace to us all. All right. Oh, you are so welcome, Karen. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for being here, and thanks for your donations. They will be sent next week. I just have to go to the bank and do that. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. So, but it will happen for sure. Okay. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.